Civic Mirror is my attempt to connect you to every elected office in the country. I've been working on Indiana in particular. It'll have an Indiana landing page. The state's going to pop up here eventually. Factoids about the state down here. You can select your county. I'm over here in Owen. It'll break it down to each of the elected offices that exist in Owen County. These buttons filter what information you see about each person and if they have any information about them. If you click good, people with good things tagged about them pop up. Bad, people with bad things pop up. So on and so forth. Just go back to all. Make that panel go back down. Close it up. If I open the township here, you can see, at least for Indiana, some of the people have their financial stuff tagged to them. So you'll see that the Clay Township trustee controls X amount of money down there in green. If you click on their budgets, will pop up through here. You can scroll through there. I'm still debugging some of this stuff. But if you've got a question about the budget and where money's getting spent, you can find that out about any one of these people that has that information attached to them. Now, initially, I didn't even know what any of these freaking roles were. So I just wanted a quick way to wrap my head around what does everybody do. So I created this little tooltip toggle here. If you turn it on, then when you scroll over, it'll give you a description of what that person does, a little bit about what they're in charge of, and you can see what do these roles even consist of. If I know nothing about local politics, if I know nothing about the school board, these will be little blips. And I want to make these more personalized to each role and to each area, but right now they're just some kind of generic little fill-ins. With that tooltip toggled off, that's how you can also access people's tagged evidence. So if you go to somebody who's got more things behind them, every time you scroll over them, it'll scroll through their evidence and you can get a quick look at what's going on in their life. And I got to make some improvements to this. It's bugging out on this live version. Calendar events, pretty straightforward. You got your calendar. You can click one of the events and populate what's going on in that meeting. If there's a live stream, hopefully you can pop right into as many local live streams as you want with a few clicks and start seeing how they're conducting themselves. This calendar can also be auto-populated from links that you extract for other calendars or other community events. So if like your community works really closely with a police department or firefighters or whatever, you can just drop their calendar in, it'll take out the events, and they'll all just get populated, and you can go through and filter through what pops up. If we will look deeper behind happens when you click somebody's name, this is all that evidence that you were scrolling through with this tooltip. So you can get the longer versions. I still have to figure out how this is going to display, what that's going to look like. But you can see right now my tooltip's bugging out. You want to know a little bit more about that person. This search bar right here is just like a Google search, but for also relevant like articles and other like trustworthy news sites. I'm trying to add more to it. But generally speaking, there's some that are blocked, and I'm working on ways around it. You click an article, the text pops up. Once you see the text, once you're reading it, maybe you see something that you want that's noteworthy. You can highlight it, right-click. This is once you have a profile. You can tag another official and send that so it shows up as part of their evidence, or you can just quote it for this one. So I want to quote that. Here's a questionable thing about that person, and now it shows up in their evidence. And so that quickly, you could go through, research, read, quote, see some stupid thing they said, see somebody that they're coordinating with, see what a judge said, and then maybe take that. So like Judge Christine Kleiman over here, she's the one that ruled logically. So I would tag her, type in her last name, she pops up, cross-posted over to her. So now, but if I'm researching judges one day, I can see, okay, so this judge has blah, blah, blah kind of ruling, or this is something that she said. Not even sure where she pops up, but clearly she's in the database. If you go over to bills, I don't know why bills are showing up for Todd Rokita because he doesn't write legislation. Let's call it another bug. If we go over to Roger Bray, his bills. Right now the bills stuff is being constructed. I've got the AI processing them all, turning them all into plain speak summaries so that you know what's going on. It'll show you who's voting yes on the bill, who's voting no on the bill, and you see all these Ys. You can individually click them to one-click email your senator why did you vote this way? Or you can click all of them and say, all of you assholes, why did you vote this way? So I suggest setting up a profile with an email that you don't mind getting a lot of emails back. I've only had one real response back from a senator. A lot of them are the auto mailers, whatever else. I'm working on that functionality to make it so we're actually trying to reach somebody or getting into their systems for taking in feedback, as well as displaying their contact information and stuff up there. For judicial, it'll kind of operate the same way. The judicial rulings will show up: criminal, civil, juvenile. These are all going to get turned into plain speech. If you click them, you can read the whole details if you want. A lot of times it's just going to be a summary. This is how this person ruled. Again, this is thousands of things I'm processing, working in the background. If you're the edit things in Wikipedia type, you toggle on this little pencil right here, and you can go in, you can update names, you can update parties. All you have to do is, most pictures, just drag and drop if you've Googled it, or you can click and add a picture. Pretty straightforward, but trying to make it super quick. If we go back to the home page and we go into Legiswipe, this is the Tinder for bills. Again, all of these are still being processing, but so it's already in the last one that I was at, but this is 2 federal bills. You pick which one you prefer. Doesn't mean that they're both not shit, but it gives you 1-line summaries of what this means. It's got the who would actually, or what the actual title is, who's put it out, and you can toggle just the facts. You can read them through a progressive lens, you can read them through a conservative lens before you pick. You can go back, you can just swipe a single bill. You can say I approve or disapprove of this. That one's not loading yet, it's just process the federals. But with both of those, the more that you do them, if you get to like 10 or 15 of picking a preferred bill, it can also auto email your senator and say, I approve of this legislation, or this legislation is not for me, kind of thing. I want to know why you're engaging in it. You can see this button, hot bills. This is one of the things that's being processed. Once all the bills actually go through the process and get all the summaries and everything else, when you click this, if it's a bill that's been in the news, the SAVE Act or whatever else, it'll pop up here, and you'll have that same automatic email functionality, one click, oppose or approve kind of stuff. Details about that senator, about who's voting on things, where it's at in committee is all going to pop up there. That's going to be at the state level and at the federal level, just depending on where you click that hot bills button or where you're looking. One of the ways I want to make this more interactive and get people to treat it as like a research or maybe like an assignment thing is if you come over here and toggle AMA. If somebody's got their contact information, there's a pre-filled question that you can send an email to and try to get a response. Like, so you've got your profile and you're emailing this person doing some research, or you can write your own. Then when you select them, it'll either, computer crashed, but if you click AMA, if we have their contact information, we got verified contact information, you can click that AMA. There's a pre-populated set of questions. If you send selected, it'll send from your email those questions, or you can write your own. I'm building this out so that there's going to be more questions, but this is also a way that you can engage in sort of as many simultaneous investigations of people as possible. If somebody's responding to your questions, if somebody's giving you good feedback about that role and whatever, when they respond, that stuff will start to populate into their evidence panel, and we can have it like stickied somewhere at the top, like, hey, from the horse's mouth, these are the questions that they responded to, and this is showing that they're responsive and that they care about the people who are paying attention to their office. That might just be a button over here like next to bills. It'll be like from the horse's mouth. Anytime that somebody's specifically spoken or sends a real email back, when you send these email like why question votes, whatever else, I see that being like a real feature for connecting people to their local offices and learning about the ways that they can get involved. I didn't mention it, but that toggle, once the bills and stuff are all there, you can see the whole site through that progressive, conservative, or just the facts kind of lens. I'm also planning, if you're running for something, to have little sub drop downs that happen under whatever seat somebody's running for. So like there'll be some kind of button or toggle here that'll show you anybody that's running for this school board seat or anybody that's running for the town council, and they'll have their own kind of build out like this as a candidate versus who's actually occupying the spot. I'm also working on better issue functionality. So if you care about the environment, hopefully you're getting the right kind of bills that pop up and get the fuzzy matching and everything else up here. So like environment and water, it'll populate it. Oh, so that's kind of what it'll look like when the hot bills and stuff come up. I support this, I oppose this. I can select the bills that I want to learn more about, maybe toss them to my profile on here and ask more specific questions of the people who are involved with them. You can see when you click, it has that same, like, here's everybody along the chain that it would take to get this thing passed. Is it dying in committee? You can know that about any bill really quick. So that's nuts and bolts. There's a lot more I want to do with it. But, you know, this has been about 2 months so far. And yeah, if you want to support it, support the project, throw a donation. It's tax deductible. And I will see you when I see you.